Well, there's the quarter-time stats. You can see not a lot in the kicks. Oh, marks well in favour of Footscray. The Swans haven't got a high marking side. Free kicks, well, 4 in favour of Footscray. Handballs, nothing in that. Hit-outs, well, nothing much in that either. So you can see it's a pretty even contest, this, except in the marking department where Footscray have got those bigger guys who can take the high mark.
And so now Footscray have the use of this breeze in the second quarter. And the Swans will be disappointed with their 3-6 with the wind in the first. Umpire Shane Harris about to start the second quarter here at VFL Park. A 3-point lead to the Sydney Swans, who had 9 scoring shots to 6 in the first quarter. Cullen slips the tackle of Lockman, gets the ball out of the middle, up wide. Bamblett leads in the race. Ineffective off the left boot. Roberts pulled off the ball and will take a free kick held when not in possession.
Well, that was great play there by Bernard Toohey. He came in and really supported Robertson. Bamblett had got away from him. Terrific team play that by Bernard Toohey. Lockman, oh, he dropped that one. He had his name written all over the hand pass. Comes back to Cullen. He was caught with the ball. McGuinness, very talented player, Tony McGuinness, but on that occasion he was put under pressure by Bolton and he put it out of bounds on the full. In fact, right throughout this game, McGuinness has been put under enormous pressure. Just try and pick up in a moment whether Bolton is just playing him man-to-man and trying to tag him, because McGuinness hasn't been his normal brilliant self. Cordy, as I said earlier, a very underrated player from half-back. Cousins got a bit of a push out then by Coleman. The umpire missed it. Graham Cordy loses the run of it. Royal, lovely hand pass to Shane Williams, and Williams drives long, one-on-one contest. Carter and Beasley, good play. Rod Carter, terrific play. Used the body magnificently, allows Murphy to come away with the ball and clear it out of defence to Roberts.
And Ian Roberts breaks from the back pocket. Up towards half-back flank to Toohey, who's got a break of about 20 metres. Bernard Toohey to Morwood. Too high for him. And there's Higgins in there, number 47, fighting hard for the ball. Lost control of it, though. The ball's gone out of play and we'll have a throw-in. In between wing and half-forward, down on the outer side. 3 points the difference. Swans leading. Bayes in ruck against Cousins. Morwood, number 21, over the ball. And the umpire will call for it and ball it up.
We saw a shot a moment ago, the emergency umpire on the bench, and of course he's got the power to come on the ground and report players from his position. Could have been a free kick. Then there's McGuinness. This is more like McGuinness we know. Tony McGuinness, former South Australian, down to Bamblett. He can't quite take the mark. Grabbed by Royal. Royal, a hurry kick. Oh, again Beasley. Oh, did he mark it? A terrific mark if he did. The umpire's paid it. It looked almost like a slips catch. I wonder if that ball hit the ground on the half volley.
Here it is. I think he did grab it. Yes, an excellent mark to Simon Beasley.
Oh, I gave him no chance of getting there. But he's pretty quick, Beasley. He's already kicked one. It's a great kick for goal. And that's not a mouthful of blood he's got. I think it's
one of those orange
mouth guard. Yeah. Simon Beasley will kick from 45 metres directly in front. A slight breeze behind him. And there it is. It's a goal.
There's a good play at Beasley, and there's a little bit of an altercation between Carter and Beasley. And I don't think Beasley would have started it. Rocket doesn't like having goals kicked on him, Rod Carter.
He hates it. And terrific contesto, Rod Carter.
He's a very mean backman, Rod Carter.
That's the only way to play it, too.
How about the little rover getting in there to back up his full forward?
Brian Royal. And we'll...
Full back and full forward. Rod Carter and Simon Beasley, not the best of mates. Beasley's kicked 2, and Carter hasn't liked either of them.
He's got a mean look on his face, Carter, and I think he's fantastic. He'd be 33, 34 years of age, and he's still going and still a good player. There's Neil Cordy, has played well so far. So has Higgins. Number 43 you see there for Footscray is Matthew Hogg, up from the under-19s, one of their youngsters, with plenty of enthusiasm too as he went in after it, and he's got himself a free kick for that. Matthew Hogg on centre wing.
Well done. up towards half forward. Not great distance with the kick. Coleman very high, couldn't take the mark. Soccer's off the ground. Royal does too. Goes to half forward for Footscray. Clever handling by Shields. Around his body up to Bandlet. Keeps his footing. Ball stays in. Beats off right. Back towards Beasley, but it's dropping in short. And that'll be a push.
Should have been.
Yes, free kick paid.
They're into it again. Beasley and Carter.
It'll be a free kick to Graham Cordy, who played in the first quarter with long sleeves. He's gone to the sleeveless.
One of two brothers playing for the Swans, and both formerly of Footscray. There's Cousins doing the flying. I thought they were going to groom Cousins for the ruck this year, considering that they've lost Purser, Bernie. He's
been moved in the ruck this quarter too, Peter, and Hanbury's playing at full back now on Mark Bayes.
Well, it's half forward for Footscray. Foster. Now, Carter again with Beasley. Oh, well done. Carter allowed his teammate Cordy to come across and take a mark uncontested over his brother Neil. That's the way to get a kick. Have your brother in the side. Hand pass. We saw that with the Kernaghan's on the weekend. They're combining well at Carlton, and when there's brotherly love involved, I think you'd certainly look for your brother, Drew.
Yes, well, if they can anywhere near match what the Crackers have done in their 6 or so seasons in the VFL, that'll be pretty handy. Foster and Coleman having a bit of an arm wrestle. Royal, great roving. Centering kick. Williams camped underneath it. Toohey works to the front. Well played, Bernard Toohey. And a mighty kick into the breeze, up towards half forward. Baxter is there. It comes infield for the Swans. Off the ground, Healy. Across the ground he goes. Don't know what he was doing there with the kick, but Lockman helps him out. Couldn't quite take the mark, but will get the free kick. Michael Lockman has played 19 games of league football, formerly Collingwood and Richmond. This is his first game with the Swans. Short of the goal square, easy for Cousins.
Yes, no height there at all to the Swans. No one there to take a mark.
No, Craig Davis made a move, and then there was no one left in the goal square, and it was popped up there and made it very easy for Footscray.
Well, they'd be better off, I think you agree, Bernie, shooting it in short once they get to that forward line as the kick comes down. Oh, Cordy playing a top game. He's really doing well. Foster's had a couple of kicks, but Neil Cordy doing very well. He always produces it against Footscray. I don't know about that one. He tried to pop it in short and it didn't work. Hand pass comes out wide. That was to Hogg from Terry Wallace. Now here's Foster. Off he goes onto the left boot. Now Beasley and Carter. Carter in front, but Beasley had the sit. He had no chance in, Rod Carter. A beautiful long kick. One out contest. And Beasley just had the sit from behind, then chipped across and did it easy, and showing the ball to Carter then.
Yeah, in perfect position, Simon Beasley. Rod Carter, very difficult there to knock the ball away. And Simon Beasley now with a shot at goal.
Well, from right in front, should be his third coming up. He kicks, and a goal.
That was good play on the rebound from Footscray. They got it down quickly to Foster. He was unguarded by Neil Cordy, who'd been in that previous passage of play. And a quick, long kick down the ground saw Beasley and Carter fighting for the ball with a very wide open forward line, and of course Beasley in the better position took a strong mark. Here's that mark from Foster, and a good long kick down to the forward line. That's the way to go here at VFL Park. No messing around. Good strong mark to Simon Beasley.
Actually, Rod Carter must have conceded he was beaten fair and square that time. He didn't whack Beasley after the goal. Royal again, starting to come into it this quarter. Cronin. Oh, the hand pass went behind Baxter. Whistle's gone. Free kick to the Swans. Held when not in possession, Dennis Carroll. Just behind the centre circle. Carroll up towards half forward. Bayes is there and Coleman as well. And over the top Morwood. They had plenty there. Didn't come out with the ball though. Morwood does now. Along the ground with his hand pass. Higgins back to Lockman. They're going backwards, the Swans. Carroll again. He's had plenty of kicks, Dennis Carroll. High to full forward. Mackesy comes from behind. Socket forward by right. Oh, ducking the tackle. Well done, Hanbury. Goes to Mackesy. He's only 30 metres out, but he hooked it too far. And that's out of bounds on the full into the behind post.
Well, you don't come much easier the chances on that, do they, Peter?
No.
He pulled right back on that kick.
Poor kick, and bad luck for the Swans that at the moment, well, that could have been a free kick to the Swans for holding the man. I don't know whether Healy's 100% fit. I know he had an X-ray a few days ago on a hand, I think it was. But there he is on screen. Baxter plays very, very tight and obviously got the job of stopping Healy. Bad luck that Henwood was injured because he would have been handy up on that forward line with his height and bulk. Royal, beautiful skills, and a long kick towards centre wing. Punched away by Filan. Chance for Murphy. Oh, great pick-up, but he's tackled from behind. Play on, said the umpire. Cordy has it kicked away by Foster. This is danger because Beasley's one out. Oh, beautiful smother by Ian Roberts. Tremendous play. Allows Tui to come away with it. That's holding the ball. It's got to be. Yes, and he threw the ball away. That could be a 50-metre penalty. That is bad play by Tui because the ball has now been taken 50 metres down the ground, and Shane Williams will have a shot for goal from 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Yes, Bernard Tui thought that the boundary line would have saved him, but he made no attempt to get rid of the ball. And of course the umpire paid the free kick to Williams. Bit of frustration came through there from Tui, and here's a shot now.
Well, Shane Williams, an absolutely terrible kick, nearly a mark to Beasley. Couldn't quite take it. McGuinness, legged. Play on, said the umpire. Bolton, smothered by Cronin and over the line. Forward pocket for Footscray.
Gee, that was a rugby tackle. McGuinness saying exactly that, but no whistle. Boundary throw in. Coleman against Foster. Foster palms beautifully to McGuinness. He's legged again. Again, no whistle.
Holding the ball, in fact.
Oh, what?
Yeah, two tough decisions on Tony McGuinness.
I think the camera told the story then. The look on Tony McGuinness' face.
Ian Roberts with the free kick. Cronin scooped that in beautifully. Hanbury. Half volley for Williams. Bandlett's there. Tries to burst through. He's caught. Holding the ball.
He's a real terrier, Ian Roberts, isn't he? It's a magnificent tackle.
And a good spoil before and saved a certain goal. He's a real little goer. Ian Roberts. He kicks wide. Lockman has it punched away by Cullen. Straight over the line, almost on centre wing. In fact, slightly round towards the half-forward line for Footscray. There's Mark Cullen, only a youngster. A couple of games last year and very promising player. Foster doing the ruck work against Coleman. Coleman a 30-metre fist away. Eccleston brings it to centre wing, or was he off? But Tui, I think he took a couple of paces forward, but the umpire allowed him to go back to take his kick. Towards half-forward, Cousins. Take a couple of nice marks today. And Richard Cousins. 5 marks, in fact. Brings it to half-forward. Oh, Foster. That's been a great duel. Foster starting to get on top of Neil Cordy. Now they're one out again. Down in the forward pocket. There's Beasley and Carter. Oh, really a mark to Footscray. Play on, said the umpire. As Carter, a short one, to Graham Cordy at half-back.
Bolton runs on for the hand pass. Oh, it went behind Carter, who came all the way up the ground. Royal takes it away for Footscray. Oh, Bamblett, what are you doing? Easy mark there to Coleman. It was Bamblett who nearly took the mark in the goal square a moment ago. Coleman back towards the centre. They wrestle each other to the ground. No whistle. Comes to Cullen, playing his 4th game of league football. Tui closes the gap. Good kick by Cullen, finding McGuinness. 65 metres out from goal. Footscray 33, the Swans 24. This is down towards the pocket. There's Roberts, happy to see the ball out.
I don't know why he passed it there, Peter. There was no advantage whatsoever. There was 2 Swans players and 1 Footscray player, and it would have put him on a terrible angle even if he had been able to take possession of that one.
I agree with you, Bernie. It should have been a long kick to the square from there. Ian Roberts again, looking for Lockman. And Tony McGuinness also there, a player on screen, but he's got solid, Bernie. Tony McGuinness.
He has. Smith's back on the ground and Mackessy's off.
Well, Mackesy has not done well up on the forward line and missed a sitter before. Lockman's trying his heart out there, number 39 for the Swans, as is Dennis Carroll. Dragged off the ball by Cullen. It's about half forward for Footscray. It's important if the Swans are to win this game that they don't allow Footscray to get the next 2 or 3 goals. They have to get it up to their forward line, hopefully score the next couple. Still on that half forward line. It's almost like a rugby scrum there, and the umpire will bounce it again.
Pretty low scoring. We're past halfway in the quarter, and there have been 2 goals only. Simon Beasley, both of them. The Swans scoreless for this quarter. Smith, number 19, taken by Williams, comes back to Smith. Cousins, kick behind the play, could have taken the mark, but he thumped it up the ground. Carroll, starring the Swan skipper, up towards half forward. Kicked too long for his teammates, actually. Hogg had a chance. Diving at it is Hanbury. Hogg again. Done some nice things this quarter. Short of half forward. Smith punches down for the Swans. It goes to Coleman. Spins out of trouble. Oh, knocked on well by Wallace to Royal. Blind hand pass. Cronin loses it to Smith. Has been right in the thick of things since he came on a minute or 2 ago. Look at Carroll. 30 metres in the clear. Up from centre half-back, Dennis Carroll. Left footer. Oh, it's dropping a bit short. Oh, it comes to the back of the pack. Can Morwood get this one? Goes out in the forward pocket.
Neil Cordy's off and Brinkwater's on for his first taste of senior VFL football.
Oh, I don't know why Cordy would be off. I know Foster's done some nice things, but gee, I'd be tempted to whack Cordy up to the forward line. They need someone up there to take a mark badly. They're falling down unbelievably up there. There's Hogg again. The half-back, Cronin, McGuinness. Centre wing, oh, good play, Graham Cordy, a big fist away. Healy has been under enormous pressure today, but Gerard Healy gets away this time. Now, another high one towards the forward line. Let's see if someone can take a mark. Over the back, a chance for a hand pass to Davis. Oh, good strong play by Lockman. A hurry kick is by Higgins, and I think he's kicked it. He has.
And that's a badly needed goal to the Sydney Swans. They're still trailing Footscray by 3 points, and I think they're fairly lucky to be in that position because Footscray's had most of the play this quarter. Here's Gerard Healy. He's been fairly quiet. Long kick up in the forward line. They just have not got the marking players up there, the Sydney Swans. Bit of a fumble. Here it is. Ends up with Higgins. 4 Footscray players around him. He managed to get his boot to it and pop it through.
Back in the centre, Cousins a big charge. Smith a beautiful palm down there to Healy. Healy's kick bouncing through centre half forward. Hanbury the hand pass off to Kennedy a long way up the ground. There's Brinkotter in his first game of football at league level. Oh, Murphy ran into trouble there. No whistle. Play on. McGuinness for Footscray. Long driving kick. Beasley again. And a chance for Bamblett. Can he gather? Williams to help out. Bamblett still there. But the Swans steady in defence this time. Toohey. Race on for the ball here. Shields tapping back to Foster. But it's whipped away by Coleman. Sweeping hand pass over the top finds Murphy. In he goes to Coleman. Good play, Glenn Coleman. Up to half forward. Brinkotter underneath it. Comes off to Bayes. He's great off the left boot. Wide to Davis. And Ford sees the ball out.
They've had tons of chances, and I reckon they'd only want one forward really firing, and they would be goals in front. The Swans have had a ton of the play, particularly with Dennis Carroll burning in the centre.
Yes, he's played well, Dennis Carroll, but they just have not got the forward players there to convert.
Well, here's a chance for Steve Wright. He loses it. Rick Kennedy hasn't been in the play all that much so far. Over to Hogg. He's caught. Wright. Oh, they're playing well now, the Swans. Hand pass. Back it comes. Murphy doing well also. There's a kick at goal. It might bounce through. Oh, what a kick from Murphy. It's a goal.
Well, that's a miraculous goal. It did a leg break once it hit the goal square.
They're doing well, Bernie, the Swans.
They are. They're playing well. And he's a top player, David Murphy, one of the very good players on that Sydney Swans centre line. Here's the replay. Steve Wright chips in, takes the handball. Here's a lucky kick to Murphy. Ends up with him on the 50-metre line. And look at that ball. Does a little leg break and right through the middle. Great stuff.
Back in the centre, Cousins wins for Footscray. Out of the middle, the Swans have hit the front by 3 points. To half forward now. Roberts showing terrific dash. Wide to Morwood. Oh, dragged it in one hand. Davis gives him a lead. He goes longer for Brinkotter. 40 metres from goal, running out of room. Oh, he didn't have it when he was pulled out.
Should have been a free kick.
Should have been. He comes back to him. He's looking all right. Off to Tony Morwood. Goes for goal from 35 metres, but has missed.
Oh, that would have been a handy one to Tony Morwood. A bad miss. 5-7. Plays 5-3, but this past 5 minutes, Bernie, they've really started to get their act together.
Well, the game's livened up a bit, hasn't it, Peter? It hasn't been a game of high standards, but the Sydney Swans have had a real go in the last 5 minutes or so.
Well, just under 8 minutes to go in this quarter. Michael Ford, not sure who to give this one to. Now he's going straight down the centre. Well, at the back is Lockman. It's fisted away, though. Cullen loses it. Lockman, oh, good play. Hand pass back to Graham Cordy, who's done pretty well. To Tony Smith, who gets a bad bounce, but he's good enough to pick it up. Now, it should go long. He does. Now, a chance over the back. Tony Morwood. 2 of them competed, though, against each other. They lost it. Hawkins, he loses it. Brinkotter, well done. It's out there towards Bolton and Steve Wright. Steve Wright from 30 metres. Hooks it back, and it's another one to the Swans.
And the Swans with 3 goals have really stamped a bit of authority onto this game in going on towards the end of this second quarter. Stevie Wright, here's a replay into the forward line. Loose ball, knocked out by Brinkotter. Here's Stevie Wright, always dangerous around goal. Beautiful snap on the right foot, right through the middle.
And Stevie Wright rushed up to John Brinkotter there and gave him a pat on the back. He's contributed a bit to the Swans' resurgence. In his first game, a 21-year-old from Baruga. Mark Bayes out of the middle. Swans dominating at the moment. Davis one out with Ford. He's got it. Well, this could be 4 goals in about 5 minutes to the Swans. They lead by 10 points at the moment.
In the right position, Craig Davis used his body very well. Kept Michael Ford away from the ball and a good chest mark.
Davis, a terrible kick for goal. Morwood from behind, couldn't get to it. Hawkins gets the hand pass out. And Footscray looked good there. Cousins to Royal. Brian Royal taking it all the way to half-back flank. Oh, Baxter drops one. Misses with the hand pass, made it awkward for Williams. The Swans coming back again through the Ian Botham lookalike Bernard Toohey. Oh, too slow there, Hanbury. Wallace being thrashed by Carroll in the middle, something like 12 kicks to 5 to Dennis Carroll. Smith too slow, but he gets the pass away to Morwood. Morwood goes long for Davis. Good mark. Well, veterans can come back.
Isn't it great to see, Bernie?
It's tremendous to see. A great lead there by Craig Davis. That's what he has to do. No use standing in the goal square. The value to the sides, moving around and leading.
Well, he missed a sitter a moment ago. Let's hope he can kick this one for the Swans' sake from 30 metres out directly in front. It's a better looking kick. In fact, it's a goal.
And that's Davis' second goal. He missed a rather easy one from only about 30, 40 metres out a couple of minutes ago. But Sydney looking good now. 7-7-49. They've gone to a 16-point lead from Footscray. And a very good lead and a strong grab from Craig Davis. Much better kick this time. Kicks right through with that right leg and a beautiful goal.
Craig Davis, he spent the last few years being the runner and working in the office. Swans taking a real break now, leading by 16 points after they got out of their depth earlier in the quarter. Murphy tunnels the ball out. Bit fortunate there. Healy. Bayes needs to get round on his left boot. Lockman hooks it high. Davis down in the pocket, gets to the front. Almost another one. Brinkotter, number 44 in there, battling with Wright for the ball.
Oof.
I think Stevie's copped one there.
She copped it in where it hurts too. I wonder who gave him that one. To serve Bernie?
I missed that, Peter.
I could have a guess. He's not too happy about it, Steve.
He doesn't look too happy with Rick Kennedy.
Let's have a look at it. Oof, the knee. Did you see the knee go in?
It was gentle Rick Kennedy.
Forward pocket here for the Swans, and Wright throws himself at the ball again. He's recovered pretty quickly. The umpire calls for it and will ball it up.
30 metres out from goal, and well, Shane Williams having his ankle attended to there. You can see the amount of strapping the players put on their ankles these days. There's Steve Wright, crashes his way through. What's Dougie Hawkins doing down there? He's doing a lot of defending at the moment. They're in trouble. Footscray. Hawkins receives again from Michael Ford, out wide to Eccleston. Eccleston coming around the outer wing. Half-back flank. Will probably give a hand pass across. He does. He had an option of 2, but he gives it to Cronin. Footscray badly need a goal. Cronin to half-forward. Over the back of the pack. Ian Roberts hooks it back under his legs. The Swans players desperate. Tui was the first one on the ball, and the umpire comes in to bounce it. And as Drew Morford said, and both of them look alike. You're dead right there. A dead ringer for him. Half-back flank to the Swans. They're showing great desperation.
Here's Wallace. Needs to lift against Carroll. Spills out here to Hunter. Mark Hunter for Footscray. His first game. Ball goes out of bounds down towards the forward pocket.
Dick Coleman's done well, Drew.
Yes. Former teammate of Bernie's at Fitzroy.
He had his best year the year he played in the ruck for us when Matt Rendell was out injured.
Foster having to go against Smith. Bit of a leaning contest. There's Carroll again.
Oh.
Up short of, or about half back. Courageous mark there by Phil Cronin going the same direction as the ball. Wallace on the bounce to Hawkins. 55 metres out. He unloads a big one. It's there.
Oh. Dougie Hawkins, what a kick. They're not easy to get onto, those torpedoes. Magnificent kick from 55, 60 metres out. And that's just the sort of magical stuff that we've come to know from Doug Hawkins. He's a great player for Footscray.
Well, Shane Williams still getting attention from the trainers, and Footscray needed something to liven them up because Swans were getting right on top.
Here's the replay. Terry Wallace sees Hawkins there unattended in the middle of the ground, and there's a kick about 60 metres out from Hawkins. It must have gone about 65 to 70.
Well, Shields, here they come again, the Bulldogs. Over to Bamblett. Bamblett loses the ball. Could have been holding it. No, said the umpire. Bolton obviously doing a tagging job on McGuinness, and eventually the ball's kicked. Now, was that in the full? Let's have a look at the boundary umpire. What's he saying? No, it was forced over the line. Just over 2 minutes to go in this quarter. 7-7, plays 6-3. Deep in that forward pocket. Coleman doing well. Here's Baxter having a pot shot from the pocket. It's not a bad snap, this. It's very close. It's a goal.
Yeah, great goal to Baxter. Excellent snap. And Footscray right back in this game, only 4 points down. Just as when it looked as if here's that snap from Baxter. Magnificent goal to Baxter.
Now here's Dixie Marshall on the boundary line on the injury to Shane Williams.
Yes, Drew, Shane Williams' right ankle has blown up like a balloon. He's in a lot of pain. It's being strapped now, and the doctors assure us he'll be back after the half-time break.
Just under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Smith wins in the middle. Hurriedly out of there by Hanbury. Lockman now for the Swans. He's caught in a good tackle by Foster. No whistle. And kicked down the boundary line by Hunter, and the ball out of play. Half forward for Footscray. Time running out in the second quarter. But if they can manage another goal, they'll hit the front before half-time. Margin now 4 points in favour of the Swans, who led by 3 at quarter time. Wright gets the hand pass to Bolton, who bolts away from Wallace. Bad kick, though, straight onto the chest of Hanbury at centre half-back. He gets support from Kennedy up from full-back, steers the pass to McGuinness. Out wide Eccleston, but McGuinness going to centre this one by the looks. Towards half-forward, Foster comes down to the front to Smith. Back to Graham Cordy. Tui. And a good intercepting mark there taken by McGuinness. He was playing on and ran out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in.
Oh.
The umpire called play on. He didn't think the ball travelled enough distance to pay that mark. So McGuinness thought he had taken the mark and went over the boundary line.
Well, half a minute to go, 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. Wallace towards half-forward. Bamblett waited for it. There's a hand pass from Shields. Further afield, a chance now for Footscray to young Mark Hunter as he fires a goal and hits the post. So that was bad luck to the youngster. The look on Mickey Malthouse's face says it all. 3 points the difference. Sydney Swans in front. 8 seconds to go in this quarter. And that probably will have been the last score as Carter gets it wide. Wallace charging after his lack of pace shows out against Carroll there. And Carroll gets away easily as the siren goes to end a very entertaining second quarter here at VFL Park, Waverley, with the Swans leading by 3 points, 7-7-49 to Footscray, 7-4-46.